Yes, Mr. Diabolical coming at you with another one. I'm gonna talk about had this old sugar daddy trick that's 80 years old that be going inside these strip clubs trying to save these strippers, trying to be a guardian angel like he say. Sit there and tell me ain't no white supremacy because he got a little comfortable position under some white folks. There's a lot of people like this. A lot of these old folks out here be talking about ain't no white supremacy. This dude be voting for the Democrats. This dude is a sugar daddy trick like to pay for sex. He got the nerve to say ain't no white supremacy. Ain't no white man supreme over him, but this man that done everything under a white man. Every job he done had, he even went to the military. The Air Force or something like that. Every job this man didn't have has been under some white man. This man ain't dug deep and get nothing out the mud. No businesses, no legitimate businesses, to generate generational wealth. And this dude telling me ain't no white supremacy. Running out there voting for these disgusting Democrats out here trying to bring all these illegal immigrants over here to take jobs away from foundational black Americans. And this dude talk about immigrants and built United States, black people, they ain't do this and do that. And I don't know where this dude comes from, but if you got somebody in your family like this, it's the type of person you don't need to be hanging around. If you got a father or grandfather like this, it's the type of person you don't even need to be talking to, trying to get no advice from. And there's a lot of black people out here that's lost, a lot of older black people, elderly black people that's lost out here, lost in the sauce, man. These people don't have no revolutionary bone in their body. These people ain't trying to test the system of white supremacy or end the system of white supremacy or try to end the system of white supremacy and deal with it. Try to get a system of justice going on. See, they don't want to end the system of white supremacy because white supremacy won't help them get to where they at, being comfortable up underneath white supremacy. After the 1960s, we didn't even have a lot of revolutionaries out there. We didn't have no riders for black folks. Wasn't too many black people out there trying to stump for black empowerment like that. They just want to get a job and work 30 years at some factory and retire. Instead of going out there, getting it out the mud, fighting for justice, fighting in the system of white supremacy. These people don't want to do that. There's a lot of black folks like that are lost in the sauce, don't want to do anything to try to, uplift black folks, be about black empowerment, because you black, whether you like it or not. We live in a system of white supremacy, especially in the United States. We live in a global system of white supremacy all over the world. But the United States was built on white supremacy. And these folks out here just want to be, comfortable in it. They want to get them a job and just work until they can't work no more and draw Social Security and all that stuff. These people are really sick. And this is a good case lesson, study case lesson for these folks, man, to really study how these old elderly black folks really are, man. These people, I know you got to respect your elders, but these people, man, these folks don't have no fight in them. You stick a fork in them, they're done. These folks, man, ain't trying to fight no white supremacy. Boy, they grew up in Jim Crow, grew up in segregation, still ain't got no fight in them. My God, it's saddening, man. It's saddening and sickening. We got a lot of black folks out here acting like this. We got some young black folks out here that think they don't live in no system of white supremacy either. We got a lot of black folks out here who ain't on code, who ain't trying to end the system of white supremacy. We got elderly black folks that's lost. We got young black folks that's lost. We in bad shape as foundational black Americans. We are in bad shape. Oh man, these black folks out here ain't no revolutionaries. Back in the day, we had the Black Panthers, the Black Liberation Army. We don't have none of that today. We don't. And it's sad. I got to sit here and listen to some old sugar daddy trick. Want to sit there and pay for sex instead of getting it for free. Damn near a pedophile messing with young ass women 60 years younger than he is. Tell me something ain't about no white supremacy. Come on, man. Come on now. That right there is really just not cool whatsoever, man. I feel sorry for the people in his family. You got to deal with a person like that as your daddy, as your grandfather. Oh, God, I know there's a lot of elderly black people like this. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. Look, for young folks out here, foundational black Americans, you got to get up under somebody in your family, somebody down the line that's a revolutionary. It's going to tell you about the system of white supremacy. That's going to get you to be in a revolutionary state. That's going to get you out there fighting to end the system of white supremacy. Because we got these racist ass race soldiers, cops. We got these racist judges, racist DAs, these white supremacists all in a courtroom, white supremacist lawyers, white supremacist judges, white supremacist police officers, white supremacists at your job. You got white supremacists everywhere you go. I'm living in the state of Texas. This is full of white supremacists. Full of white supremacy, full of anti-black racism coming from every which way. We got a lot of anti-black racist Hispanics and Latinos out here practicing the same kind of anti-black racism that the white supremacists do out here in Texas. You got white supremacy and anti-black racism everywhere you turn out here. And you got folks like this coming up, having all these children, ain't teaching them nothing about white supremacy. Teaching them to go get a darn job and go work 30-something years. Teaching them about going into the damn military, ain't learning nothing about white supremacy. The military was segregated. The military wasn't even letting black folks into the military until like before the Civil War. Even after the Civil War, they weren't giving. They were letting black folks, like the World War I, they was letting black folks and go into military, but it was segregated. The military was segregated. And then when the black folks that fought in the wars, they went home, you still had to deal with Jim Crow and segregation when you got back home from fighting in the war. You see how this country was built? Think it's a flex because you went to some type of military or something. That's not a flex. So, like I just said, at one point, they weren't letting black folks into no military. Now, what if it would have been the same way to this day? They wouldn't let no black folks in no military. Where would a lot of these black folks be at? If it wasn't for the military or the armed forces, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. They wasn't letting black folks in none of these things at the beginning of time. They wasn't letting black folks in no military. They wasn't even letting black folks work at some of these jobs. It wasn't for our ancestors putting in a fight, trying to end a system of white supremacy, either trying to get our civil rights and trying to get us, good United States of America. A lot of these black folks wouldn't be where they at today if it wasn't for our ancestors. Wouldn't be able to go to no military. You wouldn't be able to go work for no company working 30 years and getting a check every month. You wouldn't be doing any of that if it wasn't for our ancestors. Our ancestors put a lot on the line for us to live 40, 50, 60 years later off the things they did. A lot of black folks take that for granted. I don't take that for granted. But the moral of this video was and is just to say, if you got family members like this, you need to just get away from them. You can't learn anything from nobody like this. You can't learn from nobody who's not a revolutionary. You're not going to sit there and teach their kids and their grandkids about the system of white supremacy, trying to ignore it like it ain't no system of white supremacy. Because you got a little bit of money that you can go trick off at a damn strip club and go gamble off at some damn casino in Oklahoma or Shreveport, Louisiana. And if you have any type of parents like this or grandparents like this, man, get the hell away from these folks. These people can't teach you nothing. Teach you how to do anything, how to go through life in the system of white supremacy, acting like it doesn't even exist. when it does. Like I said earlier, a lot of black folks are just delusional, thinking we don't live in a system of white supremacy, thinking that a lot of people ain't racist. You know what country we living in? Black folks, you need to wake the hell up. Wake up. Young or old, in the middle, wake up. We live in a system of white supremacy. What the hell are you doing to do about it? That's one thing black folks need to understand and learn going forward. What are you doing about living in a system of white supremacy? What are you doing in your everyday life to end the system of white supremacy? To get justice? We owe reparations. Ain't too many black folks out there talking about reparations, getting our damn checks. We still owe from slavery. Black folks got to wake the hell up, get on code. Your main mission as a black person is to get you some money, to start your own business if you live in the United States, and to be about black empowerment, and to try to end the system of white supremacy and replace it with the system of justice. That's what you're supposed to do as a black person living in the United States. From when you're 18 until the day you pass on, you're supposed to be out here being a revolutionary, trying to end the system of white supremacy. Because your kids and your grandkids got to grow up in the same system. A lot of black folks out here are failures. Got a lot of people in my family that's a bunch of failures. They ain't did nothing to try to end the system of white supremacy. Just want to live comfortable, getting little checks from a job, getting checks from the government, getting checks from the military, waiting on a check every first of the month. I ain't trying to do nothing about ending the system of white supremacy. Want to go trick it off on a 304, or go trick it off at a damn strip club, or go trick it off at a gambling shack, or go trick it off on some weed and some alcohol. Stupid shit. I'm a revolutionary. I'm about ending the system of white supremacy. I'm about ending it and replacing it with a system of justice. That's what I'm about. But it's been more than diabolical on my heart.